हेलो गाइज एंड गर्ल्स एंड वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ पाठक अनस्क्रिप्टेड। और इस एपिसोड में हम करने वाले हैं रिएक्शन टू व्हाट? रिएक्शन टू वीर दास's न्यू वीडियो which is a question mark. So if you have not watched the original video, go there, the link is in the description. Like the video if you want to like it, and then come back and watch this reaction. See, I am a huge fan of Veer Das. His comedy is on point. His writing is very brilliant. He has the spark in it. He has the sarcasm. He has everything that a good writer should have, and he performs very well. That's why he's one of the best comedian and one of my favorite. So let's react to Veer Das's question mark. Let's go.
This is not 10 on 10 episode 4. This is just me stuck alone in an apartment in London. There's lockdown outside, so I can't shoot a gig. But you know, sometimes when you're stuck alone, you have questions.
That statement is true. When you're alone, your mind has multiple questions. You sit alone and think of something random. So yeah, he's right. The government, he's talking about the government.
You do realize that being afraid of you is not the same thing as supporting you, right? That dominance in governments are not the same thing. And don't pretend like you don't know that we're afraid of you. There are literally hostages who have Stockholm syndrome, who have the same expression as our actors do when they take selfies with leaders from your government. Just, help me. Your biggest achievement is that you made it basically impossible for us to argue with you. And you confuse that with us agreeing with you, and it's not the same thing.
Oh, nice line. So if we are not arguing with you, it's not that we agree with you, right? It's just that we don't want to argue, but we still don't agree.
It's impossible to argue with you, but it's also impossible to argue with a pencil. Don't believe me? Hey pencil, why didn't you give us an account for the money that was... What? Fuck off? Okay, pencil.
Yeah, that shows how brilliant writer he is. He is symbolically telling that you are very stiff, you don't understand things, and you don't want to answer it.
The only difference between you and this pencil is I get to dictate when I use this pencil to write my history. To the Congress Party, when are you going to realize that it's basically over, man? I'm sorry, just accept it. It's over. You're like dinosaurs who are stuck in Arctic icebergs. You're beautifully preserved but technically dead. It's over. When are you going to start? When are you going to stop trying to shove your prodigal son down my throat? You're always combining him with stuff. Would you like him with this? Maybe you'd like him with some of that. You're not going to sneak him onto my plate.
Yes, Congress always tries that. See, it's not Rahul Gandhi is a good leader or not, but it's just that Congress is trying to serve it on your plate. They are trying to just which topping do you like on him? And see, it's not that if he is knowledgeable or he has good leadership or not, but the Congress trying to present him and make him like accept him. It's not going to make it happen. You have to change your strategy.
He's a 50-year-old man, not a basil leaf. Alright? Go away. If for nothing else, just to mess with the other guys. Can you imagine just the people in the BJP alone in parliament screaming at each other because they miss you? Mandir banega! Maine bola banega! Nahin, maine zor se bola banega! They would go literally insane. And honestly, why? Why do you even want to come back? Look at Bill Gates. He retired with grace, and you have made way more money than that guy. Forget Apple, you are literally the most profitable company in the world. That's what you should do. Just get Chinese people to make you phones. And by the way, if you're looking for Chinese people, you can now find them within our territory. The young politicians. You know who you are. The ones who say party line stuff in public and then try to be progressive in private.
See, the young leaders right now are just, I don't know, they are just some are very good, some are really trying to do something, and some are really bad. They just don't know about anything, but they are so enthusiastic about their work. And it's good that they are enthusiastic and dedicated, but knowledge is something.
You know, you're cool on Twitter and then you say hateful shit in speeches. You know that we can see you, right? We see you switch around and run around between the party and who you really want to be. Coco is still one of our national sports. We recognize the pattern. Jesus Christ, there are protoplasms stuck in bowls of jelly who have stronger spines than you guys. The only difference between you and a protoplasm is a protoplasm actually knows how to commit to a nucleus. Is that a science joke? You're fucking right it is. Why don't you Google it once you are done boycotting Google? You're like this guy who's playing...
Oh god, he's hitting hard. Back to back, back to back. See, that's why I told you, like, he's one of the greatest comic writers, like, hands down.
musical chairs at a party without a party or music or chairs, and then you have the gall to call us anti-national. Bitch, we own the national. You're just renting it. Those
We own the national, you're renting it. Oh, I sob. What a line. Oh, I got goosebumps, really. You cannot see it, but I really got them. We are the nationals, you are just renting it. Oof. Back to the video.
chairs belong to me. It's my house. I invited you.
Oof.
The Aam Aadmi Party. Here's a question for you. Hey, where are you guys? You still a thing? Still going on? Because you kind of went from being like, all right, we're going to listen to everyone and fix everything to just being like, we're going to listen to that one guy and fix that one thing.
True. So Aam Aadmi Party began with like working for the Aam Aadmi, but became centric to one Arvind Kejriwal. And now what he does is the work that Aam Aadmi Party is doing. And it's not a great community, but just a leader trying to propagate his ideology or do things that he wants. It's not a party, it's just like a small size dictatorship. I don't know, not the right word, but you get what I say.
You're like Osho without all the sex or the fun or Osho. I'm not saying that you're a cult, but you listen to one guy and wear matching hats, so you figure that shit out. And finally, to us, the voters who vote for this shit, you do know that our conscience only wakes up when our economics are impacted, right? Like, would we be having these conversations about vaccines or about human rights if the GDP was up by 14%, the Indian middle and upper class? Tomorrow, if you told us that there was a private vaccine that was available that we could buy at a high cost, but the vaccine was manufactured using the tears of babies, literally punching them and getting the tears of human babies, it would sell out in 5 seconds and we would still complain about the GST on the sale. Hey, while we're talking about antiquated morality, let's talk about news channels. Let's begin with everybody's favorite, The Republic. Hey man, you know we're not watching you for news, right? You do know that.
Yes. See, everybody watches Republic. Not everybody watches Republic, but many people watch Republic channel. Some of them for the news, maybe, but most of them for the heated debate that they have with fire. All of that thing, and that's so bad. I don't think that's news. We should stop watching him. Simple as that.
Right? We're watching Republic for the same reason we watch Big Boss. The only difference between you and Big Boss in the people in Big Boss are already locked up and you soon will be. Can't we just rename your channel? Just be honest about it. Give it a name like, hey, Man Ki Baat.
Man Ki Baat.
Just call your channel.
Really, it's just Man Ki Baat covered up in a news channel's name. They are just saying whatever they feel like, whatever they want to say. It's not news, it's just their opinion. It's a very big difference between news and opinions. Opinions as a form of news, it is just propaganda. And that's the genre of the Republic News. Or Republic TV, whatever it is.
Channel Man Ki Baat, because let's be honest, you're not really doing the news, are you? You're a DJ. That's what you are. You're loud, and your basic job is to get people to jump up and down on the dance floor. What is the dance floor? It's just where facts and real information used to be. You get people to trample on that shit, but you haven't really made anything that people want to listen to. It's not like your original Republic TV. The only thing you've effectively created is a crowd.
Yes.
Now NDTV, when are you going to realize that you
Okay. Now he's trying on NDTV. Let's see. It's going to be interesting.
don't have the moral high ground? You're not better than anybody else.
Somebody had to say that, and we're the us here, guys. See, they are just. I cannot explain. Let's listen to Vintas.
The people on your panels are so excited by the sound of their own voice. It's like watching people pleasure themselves to their own words. The only people who watch your panels are the people on those panels. Can you please just give us the news in a way that people understand? Just once, I'd like to see Pranoy Roy come on NDTV and be like, "Good evening, I'm Pranoy Roy. This evening's news, gaand lag gayi. Puri tarah gaand lag gayi. Thank you so much. Here's Fatima with the sports."
Okay, the news coming. Like it was not a good comic section, but okay, enjoyable.
Z News. Uh, Can you just stick to serials? I was gonna, like, if you are using the same background
That's ZTV.
music for like the financial budget or breaking news as you are for that moment where Kumkum dropped the methi into Kautalya's thali, just that. You're not a news channel. You're just what happens when a graphic designer and a sound designer do MDMA in an office cubicle.
When a graphic designer and a sound designer do MDMA in an office cubicle at 3 a.m. The comparisons he makes, the metaphors, I don't know if it is called metaphor, but the comparison that he makes is brilliant.
At 3 a.m. India Today.
Rajesh Sharma.
Who are you? Literally, what do you represent apart from successful advertising revenue? Your channel flip-flops more than the chappals we throw at politicians' faces. Maybe that's why we call you India Today. Because you don't know who you're going to be tomorrow. You're not establishment, you're not anti-establishment. All you are is intermittent ads for Amity Professional University. To younger people, I love that you're getting involved. Can you please also read up a little bit? No generation is equipped to deal.
Yes. Good advice. Just read. Gain some more knowledge. Don't stop learning. The opinions are good. Like you create an opinion, that's fantastic. But being knowledgeable about everything, also the opponent, also about yourself and your ideology is very important. The history, everything is important. So start learning, start reading. I've been saying that.
With more information than you guys. So it sucks to see you at a protest just to be like, yeah man, we're here to protest the CAB, BCC, PTSD, AF. Read some
PTSD. That's true. Like there are people who just go to a protest without knowing about the protest because they just want to be cool. See, it's not bad to be in a protest or protest. It's never bad for being an Andolan Jeevi or anything. But the idea of just going in a protest without knowing about the protest is totally wrong. Just read something about it. Like understand on what side are you standing from the inside, then go on the protest. Just don't go on the protest because you want to be the new cool liberals. Okay?
shit, would you? Everybody in the nation is terrified of you. Politicians are terrified because you can see through them. News channels are terrified because you don't watch them. Intellectuals are terrified because you know more shit than them. Do you think Rajdeep Sardesai knows what Bahut hard means? You think our finance minister has ever seen an eggplant emoji? To intellectuals, opinion makers, people with Twitter followings, writers, mouthpieces, the lecture circuits, I realize that what you are saying is so important, but do you have to be so fucking dislikable? Oh my god, you know no one likes you, right? Like reading your opinion or listening to your opinion is like eating broccoli dipped in kale sauce. I know it's good for me, but it just leaves such a rotten taste. And you got this notion that because of your achievements, people should respect you. Let me break it down for you. In today's India, nobody respects you. Forget respect you. Nobody likes you. I don't like you, and I'm one of you. That's right, I'll call myself out right now. I am one of you. I am a privileged left-wing grammatical masturbation excited.
That word is funny. Let's see it again.
right now. I am one of you. I am a privileged
word.
left-wing grammatical masturbation, excited with his own opinion, liberal, smug, full of shit. But at least I'm also a comedian who has the common decency to hate himself.
Right. The power of hating ourselves, and not hating but also criticizing and knowing the true self is very important. Just know yourself.
To India's biggest problem, uncles. You know you're still an uncle, right? Like no matter what happens, you are an uncle. I mean, the leader you love may be running India, you are still Suresh uncle. He could have won 45 elections. You still have hair that comes out of your ears and flutters in the wind like a dream catcher that catches dreams and then kills them to death. You know that, right? Like the bill that you love could have been passed, but you still can't see your toes, man. Let's be honest, uncle, you are masturbating and putting on socks through intuition purely. And you do know that one day your daughter is going to date a boy from exactly that religion that you despise. And when you try and stop her, you will truly discover what a protest is. Uncle.
So he's basically talking about those uncles that have a difference of opinion within the generation, or also the political parties. Like uncles have become so stiff because they have lived for so long and they have considered an ideology as truth for a longer time. Now they have become stiff with their opinion, and like arguing with them is a headache, real headache.
The celebrities, famous people. I would tell you to grow some balls, but you've all been so scared by the Me Too movement. You live your life in fear of women. So grow some fucking ovaries, would you? And you do know that your fan base is going to hold you accountable for more than just your work in movies, right? You do know that your movies are also being watched by like students, farmers, and minorities. And then my favorite people, farmers, and minorities.
I didn't see that. Not all.
And then my favorite people on the internet, the not all people, you know these guys, not all men, not all. You do know that every post is not about you, right? Not all men are rapists, not all white people are racist, not all squirrels are Nazis. Yeah.
He uses, I've seen somewhere he uses not all squirrels are Nazis. Not all squirrels are Nazis. Like we have people like these. Everybody is not like that. Every man is not a rapist, and every man is not a rapist. I know some people like that.
We know. It's pretty obvious. Not all coffee cups are murder weapons. Maybe I'm just talking about the one cup that I will use later on to kill that social justice warrior in his office late at night. Here's a hint.
See, the art, the way he puts a story within to explain what he's trying to say. A subtle story, a one-line story, and how geniusly he writes about it. Like we listen to it again, right?
Pretty obvious. Not all coffee cups are murder weapons. Maybe I'm just talking about the one cup that I will use later on to kill that social justice warrior in his office late at night. Here's a hint, alright, Einstein. If you see a post or some content and you don't see yourself in that post or content, much like all good things in the universe, the shit is not about you. And also, by the way, if you have to scream so loudly that you didn't do something, I think you did something. To Muslims.
Wait. So yeah, if you're trying to be loud on the social media, they did not do this and I did not do that, there is something wrong. Maybe you're true, but if you're being too loud, there is a problem. I think you have done it. Right. Good rating.
To Muslims, when are you going to learn to take a goddamn joke? To Hindus, when are you going to learn to take a goddamn joke? To Christians, when are you going to stop pretending like Muslims and the Hindus are the ones who have the murder problem? Yo, you wrote the original. We're just remixing this behavior. You can't be holy.
I don't know about that. I don't know what reference he's trying to make. If you know, please comment down below. Okay? You can't be battery low, come on.
Yo, you wrote the original. We're just remixing this behavior. You can't be holier than thou. You are the OG thou.
You can't be holier than thou. You are the OG thou. Thou. I like it. This apology.
And look, I don't know what this video is. I'm stuck in an apartment in London, so I might as well apologize to everyone here, because why the fuck shouldn't I? Let's just apologize in advance for all comedy. It's very clear that you watch this so that you could have a laugh, and you are not laughing. In fact, the only people who are laughing don't watch comedy. Look at this room. The last time a room was this silent, MJ Akbar lost a court case in it. Alright? So forgive me. I just had some questions. So yeah, what I did here on this video is like unappropriate and uncalled for and impolite and not respectful.
Unappropriate or inappropriate? I don't know. He wrote inappropriate and spoke unappropriate. Okay, not. He's a grammatical man.
Yeah, what I did here on this video is like unappropriate and uncalled for and impolite and not respectful. But hey, at least it was democratic.
Nice.
At least we asked a question of everybody, right? Like I had to be conscious about that. I have to be fair. I have to ask all these questions to all the parties. Like I am important. Like my opinion matters. Like this video is going to change anything but my own algorithms. I'm a moron. I'm barely educated. I'm not even remotely qualified. And yet I have to shoot for a fairness in my comedy that we can't even manage with our own judiciary.
See, he's being fair to what he is, and then also comparing it to our judiciary. Let's go back.
I'm a moron. I'm barely educated. I'm not even remotely qualified. And yet I have to shoot for a fairness in my comedy that we can't even manage with our own judiciary. So if me meandering through this river of doubt that is firmly flanked by two unerodable riverbeds of bullshit means that we arrive at a delta that has A, better like water body metaphors, and two, a singular question, which is who the fuck do I think I am, then let's swim in that ocean and sink to the bottom and dive into a question for you, which is just how bad have things really gotten? If you're watching this,
I didn't understand the last bit. Oh, Jeffrey Coy already reacted to the video. Okay. We're getting out of it. Yeah. So that was a very funny and fair comedy. But the last bit I didn't understand. Multiple things he was talking about. I didn't get it. But it was funny. It was like, I don't know. He tried to roast everybody, asked questions, and it was good when he tried to give metaphors for all the explanation that he was making, the little stories that he was making between the sections, and it was great. And the things he was talking about, like, it was on point. Some of them maybe either udhar, but rest everything was great writing, great performance. And yes, if you okay. Small town girl in a big okay. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you like this video, please make sure you like the subscribe button. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you like this video. Share, like, who shares a reaction video, but still make sure you share this video. Subscribe to my channel for such more fun content, and also comment down what should I do in the next episode. I have some plans in my mind, but I want you to comment down so that we can be sure of what you want to watch. And thank you for watching. This is Pathak.